This past weekend was Coachella, also known as the Influencer Olympics. Every year, some major drama happens at Coachella, and since the past 2 Coachellas were canceled because of COVID, you just know all the influencers couldn't wait to get out there and act a mess. Coachella 2022 didn't disappoint, as it was filled with questionable outfits, James Charles, hundreds of people being stranded, more James Charles, and of course, that post-festival drama. It's a mess, so let's get into it. It's that time of year again where influencers spend thousands of dollars on their outfits for Coachella, take your typical Coachella photo, and bake in the sun for 12 hours all weekend long. Since Coachella had been canceled for the past 2 years, this year they received a massive turnout, and literally every influencer you can think of was probably there. I honestly can't blame them because the lineup this year was insane. They had Harry Styles, Doja Cat, Swedish House Mafia, The Weeknd, the list goes on. If you're like me, you probably feel like you missed out just a little bit, but at the same time, Coachella has a dark side to it. Something about spending hours traveling, hours waiting in line, baking in the sun, squashed between thousands of people, wishing you just wore that t-shirt and shorts, kind of gives me the ick. A lot of people hate Coachella weekend because a lot of these influencers show off on social media and think they're way more important than they actually are. I'm sure you guys remember 2 years ago when James Charles betrayed his bestie Tati for an artist pass and security. A lot of people were really confused why James Charles needed security with him, and some people were saying that it was just another example of these influencers thinking they're way more important than they actually are. But I think a lot of influencers got a taste of reality this weekend after the disaster that was Revolve Fest. Revolve Fest is an invitation-only event put on by the popular clothing brand Revolve. Now, Revolve actually has nothing to do with Coachella, except for the fact that it's on the same weekend, and a lot of influencers jump from Coachella to Revolve. It's kind of like a more exclusive Coachella. What was once an exclusive event attended by the Kardashians is now being compared to Fyre Festival. All of these influencers lined up at the pickup spot for the shuttle bus to the event, but to their surprise, there wasn't enough shuttles. They were left outside waiting for answers as they watched the more important influencers being loaded onto the last shuttle.
Let me see your badge if you're an influencer.
Let me see your badge if you're an influencer.
Flew all the way out here to go to Revolve Festival. Waited in line for hours, didn't get in Revolve Festival. Ubered $50 just to get out of the chaos.
A journalist covering the event tweeted, "Breaking. Sources on the ground telling us there is apparently drama going down at Revolve Festival that sinks to the level of Fyre Festival. Influencers stranded in the dirt with no water under the hot sun for hours, waiting for buses that aren't coming to bring them to the actual festival. Alleged fights, screaming, everyone is dizzy. LA Mag told that the police are coming. And in an only in LA moment, Coachella edition, security had crowds of influencers yelling how important they were and why they deserve to be the first seat. LA Mag sources spoke to the security on the ground about the chaos, and one of the guards said, "I don't know who the F these people are. I don't know who's actually important and who is lying or if any of them are important. More to come." It turns out Revolve was at maximum capacity and no one could come in. All these people who had tickets were just left stranded with no water, no shelter, and no way to get where they needed to be. The crazy thing is, while you see all these influencers standing around calling it the Fyre Fest, videos from inside the Revolve Fest painted a much different story. It seems like Revolve made sure that all the most important people were inside to make their brand look good and act like everyone was having a great time. Revolve did end up issuing an apology statement to E! News, writing, "We sincerely apologize to all the guests who were impacted. We always strive to provide a great experience and we promise to do better." But it sounds like this is actually nothing new for Revolve. Apparently they've done this year after year, and the event is known for being a huge mess unless you're a huge influencer. The next drama of Coachella has to do with Logan Paul and Olivia O'Brien. A few years ago, Olivia released a song called Jocelyn about someone she was seeing who was cheating on her with a girl named Jocelyn. One of the main lyrics of the song that you've probably heard on TikTok before is, "I hope it was worth it, Jocelyn." Everyone connected the dots and found out the song was about Logan Paul. Olivia went on the Zach Sang show and talked about the meaning behind the song and said to this day, she never asked the guy if it was truly worth it.
Well, did you ever ask him if it was worth it?
No, because I don't care to know.
Well, Olivia now has that answer. After she performed the song during her set at Coachella, Logan Paul came out on stage and held up a sign saying it wasn't worth it. The final Coachella drama has to do with James Charles. As you guys know, James Charles and Coachella always turns into a huge mess. 2 years ago, Coachella started the snowball effect that led up to Bye Sister. Back in 2019, James brought a date with him to Coachella, and that date ended up exposing him only a few weeks later. Then a few weeks later, we had the whole Sugar Bear hair scandal, where James took a sponsorship with Sugar Bear Hair in exchange for security at Coachella, betraying Tati and Halo Beauty. On top of all that drama, James is also known for doing these really over-the-top, customized looks for his Coachella outfits. Throughout the years, we've seen James in some very interesting choices. Choices that normally include his bare butt. Back in 2019, James put everything on display and he got a ton of backlash. The looks definitely brought him attention, and honestly, I think that's really all he cared about. He didn't care if it was negative or positive. People were talking about him, and that's all he really wanted. This year was no different, and James broke out some very interesting choices. On day one, he wore this flame-looking outfit, but later decided it was a little bit too much and threw on some pants. People were saying the look was giving them forest fungus and Shein, and another said it looked like he was wearing kale. On day two, he didn't know whether or not to play it safe and go with this really cute pastel green outfit, or go with whatever this is.
For the actual festival, so I might end up wearing this instead. I need your guys' help. So here's what we had planned. Just like yesterday's outfit, it's really cool. The designer did an amazing job, but I don't know what we were thinking. It's way too much. We're gonna add a pair of pants over top of it.
But day three was a complete mess. James went as an actual weather map. And as I'm sure you can guess, people were not loving this look. Here's what people had to say. Looking like Texas weather map recently. The damn weather forecast. But one thing this outfit did do was make people think more than ever that James had a BBL done. James posted this photo to Instagram, and everyone knew a BBL when they see one. The BBL is BBLing. Okay, come through BBL. Speaking of James Charles' outfit choices, James started to get a little bit upset when people were calling out influencers for trying so hard on their outfits. A lot of celebrities like Kylie Jenner, Kendall, and Hailey Bieber all showed up to Coachella in really basic everyday clothes. They looked really comfortable compared to a lot of influencers, and people started to pick up on that.
So I'm noticing that this is how influencers dress for Coachella. Lots of time and effort put into these looks. Like my outfit today took hours to put together. Lots of care and attention to detail to make sure it's perfect. And this is how the A-listers show up. Look at Kylie and Hailey. Very easy, effortless, leather and jeans. Here's what Kendall wore. Like, is this the tea? I think that's the tea.
And James actually commented on this girl's TikTok and said, "There's nothing wrong with the casual wear, but our jobs are content. If we showed up casual, all of our content would get no engagement. I personally love planning the looks and photos. It's genuinely fun. It's lame that people are trying to make fun of people for having fun with looks." And James must have been really triggered because he also posted a video response.
Lots of care and attention to detail to make sure it's perfect. And this is how the A-listers show up.
The fashion at Coachella this year has been a very controversial topic that I'm seeing a lot of different TikToks about. The differences between what influencers wore versus what celebrities wore, celebrities dressing casual, making influencers look stupid. It's all very, very interesting to see people's opinions on this. A lot of celebrities dress casual because they don't want to be spotted. They want to get into the festival, watch the set of a few of their friends. They don't want to post any content and they want to get out and enjoy their day. And that's fine. Whereas a lot of influencers do want to get spotted, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Our entire lives and jobs revolve around creating content and getting engagement on that content. I would love to go to a music festival in a casual outfit, but if I posted that on Instagram, it would get 0 engagement and all the comments would be like, what are you doing, girl? Also, for me personally, I think that getting dressed up for a music festival is cool and it's part of the experience. I genuinely love planning the looks and the accessories and the makeup looks and the photos. Like, it's fun. I don't think it looks stupid to wear a crazy outfit that you want to photograph and feel confident in. And I also don't think it looks stupid to wear a casual outfit. I do think it looks stupid to make fun of people for having fun and expressing themselves.
Someone replied to James and said, let people wear what they want to wear. If you're busy judging, how are you going to enjoy the festival? And James replied, 100%. Most of the people judging were sitting at home. Another person said, am I the only one who doesn't hate the looks? And James responded, it's the people wearing Forever 21 leaving mean comments, so don't worry, babes. James also talked about how he doesn't know what people really want from him. In the years past, whenever he's done these really custom looks, people say he's trying too hard, but when he goes for something more basic, people say he isn't trying hard enough.
Obviously, like this, it kind of just looks like a bodysuit with pants on. Definitely not as special, but I'm also so confused. I'm getting so many comments on my last couple of TikToks being like, these outfits are so boring in comparison to your other Coachella looks. These are not iconic. What are you doing? I got so much hate for doing custom looks a couple of years ago. It was not even funny. And everybody always makes fun of influencers for trying so hard at Coachella. Personally, I think doing like the crazy custom looks is fun. It's festival wear. But this year I thought, going a little bit more casual would be the vibe. I wanted to be attention grabbing, but not attention seeking like I was years ago. And now people are complaining that I'm not doing enough. So I don't know what people want from me.
But that's it for the Influencer Olympics of 2022. Let me know what you think about everything down below. What do you think about the whole Revolve Fest disaster? And what do you think about James's Coachella outfits this year? Let me know your favorite and least favorite, and I'll see you next time.